Can you guys see my screen clearly?
Yes, I see it clearly, and it also said the recording started, so it's all working fine.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for attending this nominee hour for tonight, or this morning, or this afternoon. And this is the room for chair and reps. I'll just go through the presentation briefly. Wait. Okay, so for starting, I'll tell you the nominees, and the order will go by alphabetically. So the first one will be the chair of Standing Committee on Animal Welfare. We have, oh, and I'm sorry if I pronounced the name wrong, but I'll do my best. So we have Ashley Nicole Delmar from IVSA Poland. We have Harshit Singh from IVSA India and Somnath Aryal from IVSA Nepal. And for chair of Standing Committee on Care Attribution, we have J. Duli Lapa from IVSA Brazil. And he will be, oh, I'm sorry. This nominee will be elected without a vote, so no questions shall be asked. And from Standing Committee of On One Health, we have Mary Yahdi from IVSA Safma, Suaibatul Anisa from IVS Indonesia. For SCOVY, we have Katarina Bartiloti Santiago from IVSA Portugal, Mumtazia Karima Putri from IVSA Indonesia, Victoria Hershoffer from IVSA Austria. And for Standing Committee on Wellness, we have Juan Paulo Galinato from IVSA Philippines. And for a working group on alumni, we have Lisa Buren from IVSA, the Netherlands. As for the regional representatives, we have from Asia, John Michael P. Trajano from IVSA Philippines, Kushi Jain from IVSA India, Nidhi Amar Kavnikar from IVSA India. And for the Americas, we have Amanda Fernandez Jimenez from IVSA Brazil. And for Europe, we have Christina Almazidou from IVSA Greece and Sessa von Duinen from IVSA the Netherlands. Also, we still have from MENA, Yoshra Hill from IVSA Tunisia. And Sub-Saharan Africa, we have Damilare Dusun Pau from IVSA Nigeria. And sadly, we don't have anyone for now for IVSA Pacific. The outline of our session today, we will follow alphabetical order, both in position as in nominees, as I've shown you before. And the nominees will be asked 2 questions from the election committee, which is me, and 2 questions from the floor, and then the discussion. And the maximum response time per answer is 2 minutes. So our discussion will be like this. The candidates must leave the meeting during discussions and during the questions for the other candidates. They must leave, and I will check. Maybe the OAC will also help me. And for the discussions, we will have 1 positive comment and 1 negative comment per candidate with 1 minute maximum for each comment. And these are the rules. Rules for discussion: only objective comments, only relevant work-related comments, and please do not involve no personal feelings, name bashing, or exaggerations are allowed. Keep calm and be objective. Yeah, well, that's all for the presentation. So I shall move to our next agenda, which is interviewing the nominees. I'm gonna stop sharing first. Oh, and for the nominees, while we are doing the interview, if you can please turn on your cam. But if the net is unstable, then it's okay. Wait. For the first candidate, we will have Ashley. And we will have Ashley Nicole Delmar from IVSA Poland for Skarl. And for the other nominees, please leave the room. I will call you guys using the WhatsApp group. So please stand by there. Yeah, it's okay if you have camera problems. Ashley Nicole Delmar, please raise your hand so I can unmute you. And for the other candidates, please leave the room. So I'm gonna start from Standing Committee on Animal Welfare. Okay, Ashley, I found you. Wait. Ashley. Yeah, the others should leave the room. The other nominees from every position. I have to check first, so please bear with me. So we'll only have Ashley as the candidate here. I still can see Christina. Christina, please. Yeah, I need chair position. Oh, no, Lore. Chairs and reps, both. Wait, reps can, I'm sorry. Reps can still stay here. Yeah. You guys will be asked to go back later after the chair session. So the regional reps can still stay here, but chair, please leave the room. I'm sorry, Christina, you are from reps. Katarina, I can still see you. Please leave the room. So for the nominees for chair, standing committees, and working group, please leave the room. Regional reps can still stay here. I'm checking the list. I don't see any other candidates who are running to be chair. Wait. Okay. Okay, so only candidates for regional reps can stay here, but for chair, you have to leave. There was a miscommunication, but it's solved. Then I will start with Ashley. I will try to highlight you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Ashley. So I'm going to ask you questions, and it will be, yep, and it will be, you have 2 minutes to answers.
Okay.
Okay, so for the first question, as a chair, you will lead your own team, but you will also serve under the committee coordinator. Do you have an experience being in a leadership role and or a team setting? And how will this experience help you as a chair?
I do actually. So before my experience in vet school, I actually did another degree, and during that, I was involved in a lot of research. So I was involved in leading certain research groups on positive psychology. So I had a lot of experience with that, working with people with a lot of different personalities and having to coordinate everybody's time, make sure meetings and things worked for everybody, and kind of pairing people together that I knew would sort of get along and get work done or be able to work together effectively. So I do have some experience with that, and I also actually used to work for the Walt Disney Company, and within that I was sort of in like a middle management level. So I had teams that I was in charge of, and I also had teams above me that I had to listen to. So with that, I kind of had to coordinate between my team, making sure everybody was on the same page there, while still being able to sort of follow the expectations from my superiors and get things done that way.
Okay. Your answer was 1 minute and 11 seconds. So you still have so many times left, but I'll just go to the second question for answering. So the second question is, as a chair, you will run into committee members feeling demotivated, being busy, or going through personal issues. So how would you handle this?
So one of the things that I put in my nominee form that I sent to you guys as well is having open lines of communication is something that's really important to me. I'd want to, at the beginning, make sure that everybody feels comfortable communicating with me and with everybody else, so that if we do run into those issues, I mean, we're all students, we're all going to have times where maybe we don't have as much time 1 week because of exams, or we're feeling really stressed out, or there's some family things going on. That's to be expected. You know, like I said, we're all young people, we're all students. That's just a part of life. So what I would do is kind of anticipate for those things to happen. And when they do, try to really make sure that I've fostered those open lines of communication so that people feel comfortable saying, okay, look, I might need some time off this week to deal with what I'm dealing with. Can we kind of be flexible with these deadlines a bit? I would sort of try and plan things so that we do have some flexibility in case somebody runs into issues. Try to have things organized so that, you know, if we do need extra time, we have the opportunity to take advantage of that.
Okay, thank you for your answer. You still have a lot of time left, actually, but it's okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna open the floor so they can ask.
Okay.
So two questions from the floor. Lori, I will unmute you. Wait. Okay, we have Lori. Yeah, Lori, you may shoot your question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm Laura from IVSA France. So I've been chair of SGA before, and we have a lot of projects in SGA that are ongoing from year to year, but each chair has also come up with their own projects. And so how do you propose to manage that during your term to balance out investing enough time so that the projects that already exist keep running, while at the same time following through with the projects that you probably already personally have for SCAR moving forward?
Yeah, so thank you for that question. If I was elected, one of the things I plan to do, and I've sort of already chatted with Rua about this, since we go to the same school and we do know each other personally, is just sort of getting an idea of how she managed her time and try to model my sort of approach to leadership based on hers. So what I would do is one of the things I want to continue for sure is the Global Voices program. So I think what I would do is I would have sort of a dedicated team just focusing on that, and then I would assign sort of other people to probably a research and development or research and data team to sort of one of the projects that I want to do, which is focusing on animal welfare campaigning in different countries, like how to start a grassroots campaign and things like that. So I think that's sort of how I would do it, is kind of have dedicated teams to focus on each thing. Does that sort of answer your question?
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we have one more chance to ask Ashley. Is there anyone who would like to ask her? Well, if there's none, then Ashley, you are good to go.
Okay, can I actually just ask a question about the nominee hour?
Yeah.
So will we have a chance to ask questions of the other candidates? Or no?
Sorry, I can answer that for you,
Okay.
having been official for a while. No, you don't.
Okay.
Real life events, all the chairs have to leave the room while the questions are being asked. You can ask somebody else from the delegation of the country you're representing to ask questions if you want that, but you personally cannot be present.
Okay, that's fine. I was just wondering.
Thank you, Laura.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so now we have so now we are going to open the discussion session. Is there any one of you would like to give a one positive comment or one negative comment? Please raise your hand so I can unmute you. Only 1 minute. Well, if there's none, I will. If there's none, I will call the next candidate. The next candidate will be Harshit Singh. Still waiting for him. Or if anyone could contact him. I'm not sure I can tag him. If he is not responding, then I'll go to the other candidate. I think we'll just go to the next candidate. So the next candidate is not Ariel. Oh, sorry, Harshit Singh is here. Okay, hi Harshit Singh. Can you please raise your hand so I can unmute you? Okay, thank you. I see you there. And if you can, please turn on your camera, but if you can't, it's okay. Okay, I can see you.
Okay. Hi. Good evening, everyone. I'm Harshit Singh from IVSA Book Code India, a third year veterinary student, and I'm in the running for the chair of Standing Committee on Animal Welfare. And animal welfare is something I've always been passionate about and dedicated enough. And since I've been part of the uh, animal welfare team of the IVSA India, so now I would like to take a more global approach and work towards improving the condition of the animals and towards animal welfare on a global level. And
That's
thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you. So I will ask you 2 questions. And you have 2 minutes to answer each question. So please make sure you use all the time wisely. Okay. So I'll start for the first question. What new ideas and initiatives would you bring to the role of chair?
Sorry, could you please repeat it? I didn't get it, I think.
Sorry.
Could you please repeat?
Yeah.
Could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, okay, I'm repeating it. What new ideas and initiatives would you bring to the role of chair?
Okay. So basically, new ideas as in being a leader, I will listen to everyone, what their thoughts and their thought process is, and would likely to take a decision based on everyone's thoughts and like not individually. I will not be I will not try to be an individual decision taker. I will try to take the decision like with a group and try to take the whole group together. And uh, basically, one thing I have noticed is basically time management is the major issue in these kind of positions. So I'm not a part of any global community, or I'm just a member of my local MO. So basically, time will not be an issue for me. So I can give my like a good amount of time to this towards animal welfare, towards promoting animal welfare, and uh, I'm quite passionate and dedicated about it. And uh, okay, and yeah, basically, when there will be any unforeseen events or something like that during my exams, or when I won't be able to give enough time to this, so I would nominate a temporary leader or a temporary leader for this cause. So, and I will keep it. I will regularly check with him or her. Uh, so in that way, I will not be disconnected to the team when I will not have time in the future. So yeah, I will try to implement that, and I'll try to build rapport with every local MO here in India, so we can promote global animal welfare, and then
Yeah, sorry, your time is over.
okay,
Thank you
thank you.
thank you for your answer. So we'll go to the next question. So as a chair, you will run into committee's members feeling demotivated, being busy, or going through personal issues. So how would you handle this?
Yeah, like I said, that at those times when I won't be able to give enough time to this, so I will elect somebody to, like, temporarily I will elect somebody to replace me, and like among the members of the standing committee on animal welfare. So, and I will regularly keep in check with him or her. So in that way I will not feel disconnected also, and I will, like, uh, uh, like, I can check on what they are doing, or how the things are being done, how the things are getting done. So in that way I have planned, and it's
Okay. So your answer is 42 seconds. You still have so many times left, but it's okay. So now I'm gonna open questions from the floor. So, okay, Lore, you may ask your question.
I'm Laure from France. I've been chair of SGA before, and so I'm asking all the nominees this question. SGA is a very old committee that has a lot of ongoing projects, and you probably also have new projects that you want to bring to the table. So how would you manage the balance between what already exists in SGA and keeping these projects running, and the other projects that you personally will want to get involved with?
okay. So first of all, I think that the things which are already running, so I will make myself accustomed with that, and the things which I want to bring, the new things, the changes which I want to bring into the committee, I will, like, make sure to discuss with everyone, and like, we already know what is existing, or what is already existing. So bringing something new is always a challenge, and I will try my best to maintain the balance, and uh, and like, we can, like, the things which are already there, we can promote them, and the things which I am going to introduce, we can, uh, like, we can divide them equally on ba- uh, on the requirement basis, like, which is the need of the hour, what things are the need of the hour, because some things which might be relevant previously might not be relevant today. So we might have to divide them, like, accordingly, so which thing requires more attention, or which is more needed in the time, in the present time, or which welfare need is is needed in the present time, like, what is the need of today. So we can divide it, and I will not totally, like, ignore the things which are already existing, but I will try to divide them on the basis of the relevance, like, the things which are more relevant, I will try to give more time to that, and that.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. How is it, Laura? So if anyone would like to ask another question, please raise your hand. If not, then Harshit, you are good to go.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Okay, so anyone have positive comment or negative comment towards him? Please raise your hand. 1 minute for the comment. I see none. Then I will invite the next candidate. The next candidate will be Sonat Ariel. He is here. He's from IVSA Nepal. Hi, Samnat Ariel, can you please raise your hand so I can unmute you? Okay, you can turn on your cam if it's possible.
Hello.
Hello. Yay, thank you. Thank you for being here. So without doing other things, I'll just ask you questions because we have so many candidates after you.
Okay, sure. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. We can hear you clearly. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll ask you 2 questions and then there will be another 2 questions, if any, from the floor. So the first question, as a chair, you will lead your own team, but you will also serve under the committee coordinator. Do you have an experience being in a leadership role and or a team setting? And how will this experience help you as a chair? You have 2 minutes to answer.
Thank you very much for the question. Talking about my experience being coordinator of different program is I have been worked as coordinator in education infrastructure development project that is basically aimed in the rural district of Nepal. And similarly, I have been the coordinator of different vaccination campaign like rabies, PPR, and FMD vaccination from IVSA Rampur, Nepal. So I have a experience of coordination not only in the veterinary student but as well as in the farmers and the clients. So I have been the part of this ISCA this year as a media manager. So I have worked under the ISCA chair with our guidance. I have been the part of Global Voices project, Journal of Animal Welfare, and Feral Animal Welfare Project. So I think this experience will give me opportunity in both areas that I can in leading the team to work on different animal welfare projects that are most of them are already in already I have most of them I have experience in this tenure, and I think I can lead those program in the next tenure as well. And talking about my experience to work under a committee coordinator that I have experience of working in the SCOT team. I have built a team building skill with during this tenure, and I think I can be a very good team person, and I can work under a community committee coordinator as well. And talking about my team skills, I have been worked in different sectors like Journal of Animal Welfare with Ashley, who was the editor, and ISCA chair in the Feral Animal Welfare project. So that's my experience, and I think this would be handy for me in next 10 years.
Okay, thank you. Okay, 2 minutes, a little bit over, but it's okay. So, yeah, the next question. What new ideas and initiatives would you bring to the role of chair?
Okay, thank you for the question. So, being the part of this year, I think there are lots of projects already going on. The one thing that I want to add in the next 10 year is I want to start a animal welfare education platform, and it will be an opportunity to all veterinary students from all around the globe to learn about the different animal welfare issues like animal management during natural disaster and their welfare, and similarly street animal welfare, which will come under the feral animal welfare project, which is going already from the ISCA this year. So it will be a more combination of debates and panel discussion or webinars or courses which will guide veterinary students to the basics of animal welfare and the rules that are regionally in their local area. And this education platform will help to develop a problem based animal welfare projects in different regions of world. So that's one thing that I want to include in the next 10 year, and I would very happy and proud if I can continue this project that is already in this 10 years. Thank you.
Adinda, you're muted.
Oh no, sorry, thank you. Yeah, or you can ask.
Sorry, were you saying you were opening the floor?
Yeah, I'm opening the floor, so you can ask.
My hand is up. I would like to ask a question. Okay. Wait, he's gone. Can you hear me? He's gone.
Well, yeah, it's gone.
Somna?
I wanna call him back.
He is entering the room again.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello again.
Hello.
Yes, you're
Hello.
back.
Am I audible? I'm really sorry. Just some internet issues.
It's okay.
No problem. So I'm Laura from France, and I was chair of SGA before Maureen Rua. So I'm very familiar with the projects that SGA runs. And I've been asking all of the nominees this question: how, in practice, would you manage handling the balance between the project that SGA already has and the projects that SGA will be putting in place under your leadership? Because there are a lot of projects that are already running, and you're going to want to come with your own projects to the table. And how are you going to manage the balance between both of these things?
Thank you very much for the question. So the main project that I think is the most important for now from ISCA is Feral Animal Welfare Project, and other project will be centered around it. So the new program that I want to introduce is a welfare education platform, and this platform will give them more theoretical knowledge which will be needed to the veterinary student to work on the field. So I think it would be a complementary project that will help to boost our confidence as well as students. So I would like to combine the project like education welfare project before the practical projects, like if we give the training or panel discussion or debate in feral animal welfare and their its guidelines, and it would be very easier to the students or to national AMOs to work on them more confidently. So that's my plan to combine my new project under this SCA. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Somnath, for the answer. And thank you, Lore. If there's anyone have another question for Somnath? I see none. Then Somnath, you are good to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Should I leave the meeting or I can stay?
No, you should
Okay,
leave.
bye bye. Bye bye.
Okay, so now anyone have a positive or negative comment? Please raise your hand. Okay, there's none. Then I will invite the next candidate, Maria D, Chair of SCO. She's here. Hi, Maria, can you please raise your hand so I can unmute you. Okay.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, super
Excellent.
clear.
Good.
Okay, thank you. So you're running for standing committee on health. So
Absolutely.
I will give you 2 questions and then another 2 questions, if any, from the floor, and each question has to be answered maximum 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna start for the first question. As a chair, you will lead your own team, but you will also serve under the committee coordinator. Do you have an experience being in a leadership role and/or a team setting? And how will this experience help you as a chair? Okay, you have 2 minutes.
Absolutely. Thank you for that question. Since probably about 9 or 10 years ago, I've been engaged in not only leadership training for my own personal growth, but also in training how to teach other people how to become leaders and realize their full potential. So I think that a lot of the highlights of my experiences are probably participating in statewide leadership programs for individual states in the United States, particularly Maine, where I am from. And then I also was a member of Residence Life in undergrad. So I had a lot of leadership experience with that. And then I have 3 leadership roles currently, 2 in IVSA on my local MO, and then 1 on an avian, wildlife, and exotics chapter in my school. And I think those will all serve very well in just helping each member realize their full potential on the team.
Okay, that's all. That's great. Thank you for your answer. So to the next question. As a chair, you will run into committee members feeling demotivated, being busy, or going through personal issues. So how would you handle this? You have 2 minutes.
Absolutely. And that's one of the challenges that I highlighted on the form, the nominee form. But one particular strategy that I'm really good at is engagement, and being able to look at the various motivations and kind of discovering what each member's why is. You know, why exactly did they join the team in the first place? And recognizing that and keeping record of that, and also forming those personal relationships with each member so that I can go back to that and say, okay, like, this is your why. This is how we can keep you engaged. And if it is a matter of having an extra busy schedule, what are your key passions, and trying to bring out that in each member is going to not only be best for individuals, but also for the team as a whole. It can't really be well functioning if individual members are feeling dogged or, extremely exhausted in their own lives and not feeling like they're accomplishing what they want to accomplish. Did I answer your question okay?
Yeah, that's an awesome answer.
Sure.
So now I will open the floor. So if there's anyone who would like to ask Mariah, please raise your hand. So I will unmute you. Okay, Lauren. You may speak now.
Hello, this is Lorraine from Planta from IVSA Zurich, Switzerland. I have a question regarding collaboration with other committees. Do you have anything already in mind that could be something you would like to do?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so glad you asked, Lauren. So in my perspective, I am both a doctor of veterinary medicine student as well as a master's of public health student currently. So kind of combining those two passions together in One Health is something that I see myself, using, if not like making a career out of, even after veterinary school and after master's school. So collaboration is one of those words that I can't escape from in this kind of field, because it is, the whole idea of One Health is multidisciplinary work. And you cannot do that without making sure that there is a seat at the table for everyone involved, every stakeholder possible for that issue. And so collaborating with other like committees is going to be extremely important for like pushing forward the goals of the Standing Committee of One Health. So as far as how logistically I'm planning on doing that is making sure that there is time built into our committee schedule to meet with other committees to see what work they're doing and to build on stuff that's already here and already in the works. There was an IVSA Standing Committee on One Health global conference that was supposed to take place in 2020. Planning on trying to network to see if we can bring that back, as well as work with other committees like the Standing Committee on Wellness to help people realize that connection between One Health and their own personal well-being, as an example.
That's a great answer. One more question from the floor. Is there any? Well, I see none. Then, Mariah, you're good to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Okay. For the comments, you guys have any comments for her, negative or positive? Please raise your hand. I see Laura. You may speak.
Yes, hello. So I've worked with Maria D on an article that we put out as IVSA earlier, and she has been, that we are working on. And she is very proactive and very professional in everything that she does. I've had the pleasure to work with her in workshops during the previous SGAs and during this article that we're writing. And she is all around someone whose reflection is very structured. And so I believe that that she would do very well in a position of leadership, like chair of a standing committee. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Laura, for the positive comment. Is there any negative one? I see none. Then we can move on to our next candidate. Suwaibatul Anissa from IVSA Indonesia. So I'm calling her, please wait. Okay, she's in the lobby. Hi, Anissa, can you please raise your hand so I can unmute you? Okay. Is there any problem with your cam? If you cannot turn on the cam, it's fine.
So I already turned on my camera. Can you see my?
No, but it has like a broken camera logo. So I think there's
Sorry.
a problem.
No,
Yeah,
I
can see it.
Thank you.
I'll just go straight to the question, okay? So you'll be asked 2 questions from me, and then 2 questions from the floor, if any, and each of the questions you'll have to answer 2 minutes at maximum. Okay, so the first question. As chair, you will lead your own, but you will also serve under the committee. Do you have experience being in a leadership role and or a team setting? And how will this experience help you as a chair? You may answer.
Sorry, Adinda. Earlier, your question, your voice is broke, so I
small.
cannot hear clearly.
Okay, I will repeat it. As a chair, you will lead your own team, but you will also serve under the committee coordinator. Do you have any experience being in a leadership role and or a team setting? And how will this experience help you as a chair? Okay, so 2 minutes, you can answer.
Okay, thank you for the question. So about the experience in team or lead a team, I would say that one of my good experience that I think can help me in school is become the project manager in school in last term. So in that part, as become the project manager, I have, have discussion with my chair, and also delegate some tasks to other team. For example, maybe the publication team, or maybe the design graphic team. And also another experience that I believe it helped me a lot to maintain and improve my knowledge is becoming the co-lead of global health and campaign in Student Against COVID. So it's like the organization, the volunteer organization that consists of a lot of students in various backgrounds internationally. And in that experience, I work with a lot of other initiatives. Beside mine is the global health. And also I have to do report and discussion with my core facilitator in SAC. I think also I have some more experience that in bigger group or smaller group in national and international scale that mostly consists of various background in public health and other related organization. I think that's my question answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's a great answer. So to the next question. As a chair, you will run into committee members feeling demotivated, being busy, or going through personal issues. How would you handle this?
Okay, thank you very much for bringing this, important issues, because as we know that SCO itself is like promoting and spread awareness in One Health, and as we know that health itself has a lot of branches and concentration, and one of them is the mental health. So as the chair, I would love to, have a great relation with my team. And also, I plan to organize my team as, we know in school we have like specific team. For example, like I said, like the design graphics or IE ambassador. I want to make the projects that everyone can involve, so that work team and their involvement can make our close relation in process of our projects conducting event. And also I would be love to having a conversation outside the projects in school. And in my past experience, I also even talk about like our thesis and other things about their life with my teams in school, and I would love to do the same in my future team. I think that's my answer. Thank you, Adinda.
Thank you, Anissa, for your answer. Now I'm opening the floor. So you guys can ask 2 questions for Anissa If there's any, please raise your hand. Any questions for her, please raise your hand. Well, I see none. Then, Anissa, you are good to go.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Now for the comments. Is there any comments for her? Positive or negative? 1 minute for comments. Okay. I see one hand. Constantinos, you can.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So I have a positive comment about Anisia. In the last term, we have worked together in IVSA scope because I was in publication team and she helped us through the procedure of publishing the journal. So I communicate with a person that she's very creative. She has a lot of ideas. She is a hardworking person, and I think that all those qualifications will make her one of the best chairs that this committee will have. So yeah, that is my positive comment for Anissa.
Okay, thank you so much, Constantinos. Any negative comments? Okay, I see one hand. Rabina, you gonna tell you the negative comments? Because we only give one positive comments. If yes, please, you may speak. Rabina, are you there? Because we can't hear you. Maybe if you want to type it, please type it down and be quick. Or if not, then I'll just move to our next agenda. Oh, sorry. We can only give one positive comment for Anissa. So I'm sorry, you can't. You're welcome. Then I will move to our next candidate, Katerina. I'm calling her. I'm waiting for another minute. Then okay, she's here. Hi, Katerina. Can you please raise your hand so I can unmute you? Okay. Okay, Katerina.
Hi.
Thank you. So without any further ado, I will just ask you questions. So I will ask you 2 questions, and then the floor will also ask you 2 questions, if any, and you can answer with the 2 minutes limited time.
Okay.
For the first question, as a chair, you will run into committee members feeling demotivated, being busy, or going through personal issues. How would you handle this? You have 2 minutes.
Okay, so
give me 1 second. So I think the most important thing will be communication, because everyone in the field, in the team, can feel need to feel that can say everything and talk about their ideas, goals, what they want to do in the committee, expectations, etc. So good communication is essential. So for everyone to feel good in their position. Other thing is making team sessions, team building sessions inside the committee. I cannot highlight enough how important this is. I watched Diana, our present chair, create a WhatsApp group with everyone from Scovey with this purpose, and watched a change in everyone's behavior. We got automatically closer and comfortable to ask questions. I also want to make activities to ensure wellness of the whole team. For this part, I can ask help to our committee of wellness. They are wonderful, offering tools in case the team are struggling with anything, figuring ways to improve their wellness. I will make meetings with the team to see how everyone is going, how is the progress with set project, and to make sure that nothing is going in a completely different direction, and to make sure that everyone can share their own ideas and to work on them. I want to make sure that everyone has the space to express what they want to work on and what they want to see achieved by the team, making clear to everyone what are their tasks, responsibilities, to organize the work, and to make sure that everyone's understand clearly what are my expectations and the expectations of the team. So everyone, okay.
Thank you. Yeah, it's 2 minutes already.
Yeah.
So for the next question, what new ideas and initiatives would you bring to the role of chair?
Can you repeat that, please?
Okay, sorry. What new ideas and initiatives would you bring to the role of chair?
Okay, so great question. I want to start a new way of partnership with the MOs, giving them supports and tools needed to plan events in their school. We are the veterinary education committee, so I think that helping HEMO spreading the education is a solid way of reaching those students we can reach as Govi, and achieve our mission of giving education to every student. I want to continue the community's work because I want to open new communities to cover the other areas, because I think communities are so important and additional for our education to meet new people with the same goals. I want to create an open channel between professionals and students to talk about different ways of achieving the careers they want, the exams needed to practice in different countries, discuss universities, and I want them to share their perspective and expertise, all this kind of stuff. The activities of wellness that I already mentioned, team building sessions, but I have a lot of ideas, but I think one thing I learned in these times is that we need to see for which direction the world is going. I mean, no one here could predict the things that have been happening in the past years. So I want to decide everything with the team, hear their amazing ideas during our meeting, and watch closely the students of the world to understand what is missing in that moment, to help them and to give the support they so badly need during this intense course.
Great, it's really near 2 minutes. Thank you for the answer. So now I'm opening the floor to give questions. 2 questions for Katerina. Please raise your hand. Okay, I see Inina. Okay, Inina, you may speak.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for my question for Katerina is, do you think your work at the MO in Portugal prepared you for this position?
Yeah, definitely. I started this association work there 3 years ago. And there I understood the importance of delivering education for everyone. I also learned everything about the bureaucratic work. When you see from outside, you don't have any idea of the bureaucratic work that exists for these kind of things until you get in one of these associations. I also learned how to work with a big team, organize events, all this kind of stuff. So I think that my work at my local MO was crucial for me to be who I am today and to be here today.
You're muted, Adinda.
Oh my god, sorry, my bad. Yeah, thank you, Inina, for questions and Katerina for the answers. So now I'm going to give the floor to Damilare. Damilare, you may ask Katerina.
Yes, thank you very much. Damilare Paul Dosumo, IVSA Nigeria. You have great plans and ideas. So I want to ask Katarina, what do you consider the two crucial qualities to be a successful leader?
So I would say easily approachable and with good ability to communicate. They are connected, but I consider them two crucial ones, exactly for the reason I said in the first question, easily approachable, so everyone can feel that can talk with me about everything, about their ideas and goals, to feel good with the community and to be comfortable to say, oh, this week I have exams, or this week I have something and I need space to think and to be out dealing with whatever. So I think easily approachable is crucial to make everyone feel happy and fulfilled, and good communication to make sure everyone can, so I can make clear to everyone what they need to do, what are the tasks, what are my expectations during the meeting, so we can discuss everything about all the projects, to discuss the ideas of everyone. I think that's it, because I think we need to discuss the progress of the committee and the individual process. So good communication is also crucial. Thank you for the question, Damila.
Okay, thank you, Katerina, for the answer. So now you may leave the room because we're gonna have the discussion.
Okay, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Okay, so anyone have comments for Katarina? Please raise your hand. Positive or negative comments? I see none. Then I can move on to our next candidate. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Wait. Diana. Yeah, you may speak.
So, Diana Teixeira, IVSA Portugal, and I definitely have a huge positive comments to Catarina, because this year she was my right hand on SCOVI. She was one of the secretariats, but if someone doesn't know, on SCOVI we have some kind of strange thing, because the secretariat is also the social media manager. So in one side, she was always helping me with all the measures of SCOVI, but in the other, she was always in contact with the team. So I think this is the most positive comment that I can give her, because it's like facts. And she definitely is well prepared for being SCOVI chair, from what I believe.
Okay. Thank you, Diana, for the sweet comments. So, is there any negative comment for her? I see none. So I will call the next candidate. Give me 1 minute. Okay, Momtasia is here. Please raise your hand so I can unmute you. Okay. Momtasia Putri from IVSA Indonesia. Hello. You can unmute yourself.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly. Okay. I'm just
Hi,
gonna,
everyone.
yeah. I'm gonna go straight to asking you a question, okay? So you'll be asked by 2 questions and then by the floor 2 questions, if any, and you have 2 minutes to answer. Okay, so the first question, as a chair, you will lead your own team, but you will also serve under the committee coordinator. Do you have any experience being in a leadership role and or a team setting? And how will this experience help you as a chair?
Thank you for the questions. So for my experience as a leader, I have been through a lot of projects and I think I have the capability to be the leader on several situations, like for webinars or even as coordinating my team and then multitasking on the same way, because as a leader, you must be fulfill the expectations that everyone asks you to do. So I have this ability from being the from learning a lot from outstanding other IFSA members by being the OC from symposium and also being the research team itself also lead me to coordinate a lot of the main SCOVI projects such as ESA competitions and quiz competitions. And from that, I think from what I learned from the past experience, I believe I could be the leaders that SCOVI need.
Okay, thank you for the answer. So the next question, what new ideas and initiatives would you bring to the role of chair?
As the past research team, I believe there's a lot of things that we can do as SCOVI, especially is on the surface, because I believe SCOVI can reach wider. I can see a lot of participants or even some potential participants on our projects that still have issues, like they're still scared of their English is not proficient enough or other issues. So I think from that surface, we can ask them what is the problem, and then from that we can build something that help them through that so they can get the international exposures that they need. So I think that kind of strategy is what really SCOVI need, and I think SCOVI can nail on that part and bring to and also reach our vision, which is to improving the veterinary educations around the world itself for the students by helping their issues and other battles from getting the opportunity that have been provided by us.
That's an amazing answer. So
Thank you.
you still have 1 minute actually, but it's okay. I'm gonna open the floor. Anyone would like to ask Mumtazia? Please raise your hand. I see Ina. Okay, okay. Ina, you can.
I'm also having my hand raised. I'm not sure if you see it because I'm a presenter.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ina, you can ask her. You are still muted. Ina, are you there? Because we can't hear you. Maybe if you have a problem, you can try to rejoin the room meeting. And I will give the floor to Pisit first, then you can go after Pisit if you have a problem. Okay, so I'll just let Pisit Sanjan ask Mumtazia. So you can unmute yourself now.
Okay, am I audible?
Yep.
Okay, as I am the research team and she is the research team too, so I would like to ask that if you are like at the chair of SCOVY, how can you like improve all the project in research team to like go forward, and also other project in our committee?
I think I will. Can I answer it directly, or yeah? Okay, I think I will approach this on two strategic. First, from the internal side, because I realize we have a lot of issues on the engagements between research team member, and that means I think learning from the past mistakes, I need to make sure we don't do the same mistakes again, so that way we can improve. And externally, I also realize research team have a lack of engagement. I also must admit I myself not exactly collaborating a lot with the other teams, such as the event managers and other teams on SCOVY. So I think from that we can engage better, and from that itself we can have better strategies in the future to make sure that SCOVY itself is a whole body of inspiring and also improving educations around the world. I hope that answer your questions, Vincent.
Okay, thank you, Mumtazia. So I can't hear anything from Inina, but there's another event organizer. You can.
Thank you.
Your question.
Yes, and this is a question from a previous chair, who's also from the Netherlands. I'm Tessa from the Netherlands, and she was wondering, since SCOVY is really growing lately, how do you want to make sure that both the quality and the quantity of the activities stay in balance? And that you can still guarantee a good quality despite having so many different projects going on.
Thank you for that questions. I also really interest in that strategic and also how to do it. But I really need to give this credits towards the last this term chair, which is Diana. She already prepared a lot of things, and also we already prepare our drive links to each of our projects, and what is the problems, and what are we need to do to improve and other things. So to make sure the qualities and the quantities is in balance, I think we not only need to look from this term, from that drive, but I think we also need to know from the from the outside of Scovy itself, like what I said before, like surveys or other things, like what lacking from us, or what they think, probably they think we have too many projects and they cannot handle it at once, or other kind of problems, or like some participant wants to participate but have turns out the deadline is too is too near between each project and other thing. And I think that's how we can improve from what I can see right now. But I believe we will see a lot of other perspective later when when we have new themes for Scovy.
Yay, that's a great answer, Tasia. So now the question is done. Question session is done. You may leave the room.
Okay, thank you everyone, and thank you Kak Dinda for the questions. I'm going to leave now. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yay. So, is there any comments for her? Positive or negative? 1 minute. Please raise your hand so I can unmute you. Any positive or negative comments towards her? Okay, I see a hand. Is it? You can.
Okay, you can hear me. I will give the positive comment for Muntasia. Like she always work on time and like help everyone in her team, and also like other one in the committee who is like in another team, but she like always helps us with her like full efforts. Like she always like helps us with like her best all the time. So I think it's a like good point for being the leader.
Thank you so much, Visit, for the comment. So now, is there any negative one? You may raise your hand. If none, then I will call the next candidate. Okay, I'm calling her. The next candidate will be Victoria Hersofer from IVSA Austria. Let's give her 1 minute to join, 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, she's here. Hi, Vicky, can you please raise your hand so I can unmute you? Great. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 2 questions, and then the floor will give you another 2 questions, if any, and you have 2 minutes to answer. So I'm just gonna ask you the first one.
Okay.
As a chair, you will run into committee members feeling demotivated, being busy, or going through personal issues. So how would you handle this? You have 2 minutes.
Okay, I think it will always depend on the situation. I know that Skove is quite a big team and we have a lot of projects and a lot of issues arising. So I think it's always important to stay in touch with people, be connected with them, and not only connect with them on like a working matter, but also on like a personal level, because then it's easier to realize what they actually need. I think that active listening is a very, very important skill, and that can help a lot if you can try to read between the lines and not only see what they actually answer or the information they gave you.
Okay. You still have more than 1 minute.
Okay. What else? What I would do to motivate them? I think what we did, or what I really enjoyed this year, was the group that was created to create more like a team, like for team building exercises. I think that this is very motivating. I felt most motivated after meetings, after personal meetings, and after I seen the success of the team. That's always helped me to stay motivated, especially during the more stressful times. So this is definitely something that I would want to keep going, because we are a kind of a family, and it's not just work, and it's all our free time goes into this, and yeah, it should be fun and not just stress and work, because that will be just demotivating.
Okay, thank you for the answer. So for the next question, as a chair, you will lead your own team, but you will also serve under the committee coordinator. Do you have an experience being in a leadership role and or a team setting? And how will this experience help you as a chair?
As a leader, I mean, I work as a waitress, and I had at my restaurant. Oh, it was not my restaurant, but I was the head waitress, I think you could say. So I had like 3 people working with me. So I think that this is definitely something that will help me, because working as a waitress, I don't know if any of you worked as a waitress, but it can be very stressful. It can be very frustrating with customers, and this is definitely something I consider very helpful for my personal growth. And I think that this will help me as COVID chair, or could help me as COVID chair as well. For the other part of your question, the community coordinator, as external relations officer, that was my position, or is my current position in the SCOVA team. So I was already reporting to Diana and the executive committee. So I always tried to keep Meryl and Nicole updated, and tried to not like to be more involved in the team and not doing stuff on my own, obviously. Yeah, so I think that's my answer.
Okay, thank you. You still have 30 seconds left. It's okay. Now I'm going to open the floor. So if any of you have questions for her, please raise your hand. Okay, I see a hand. You can unmute yourself.
Thank you. Yes, Victoria, I'm Tessa van Duinen from the Netherlands. And this is a question from Lisa, who was a previous chair of SCOVI. And she's wondering, as considering how much SCOVI has grown the past few years, how would you guarantee both the quality and the quantity of all the activities, and well, with the quantity of the many activities going on, how would you guarantee the quality of all those activities?
Okay, so if I got the question right, because my audio was a little cracking at some point, is that how I will keep the quality of such a big committee, and because of the quantity, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, it's confusing with the wording. I think that, I mean, SCOVA is an extremely big committee, and we have a lot of different projects. Being like the external relations officer this term, I already learned a lot about the different projects, and I was involved in different projects. I believe that having an active team of motivated people is the only way to keep quality in this quantity. I think that it's going to be hard to follow the footsteps of this team, because I think that this team was really motivated and that Deanna did a great job keeping everybody motivated. I think that, yeah, like what the first question, how to keep people motivated, is probably how we will keep the quality going. Because as I said, we're all students. There has to be fun in this. And if there's no fun, we will not be motivated to do so, and we will not be keeping up the quality of the work.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vicky. I see no other hands, so I think that's all.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, and you may leave the room.
Okay.
Bye. Okay, so now for the comments. Is there any one of you who would like to give her positive or negative comments for 1 minute? Please raise your hand. Okay, I see a hand. Pradium, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, it's no problem. So I have a positive comment for Victoria. So I was also part of SCOVI, and I have worked with Victoria closely when it came with the partners for the communities. What I can tell about Victoria's character is she's a very positive person and always ready to help, and she has a very cheerful personality towards her. So I feel as a leader and as a person who will work with another team, she will be able to incorporate people who might be shy or who have tendencies not to talk. So as a leader, she has all that right characteristics of bringing a person and making a person more active, if I would say. So that's what I would like to tell about Victoria, is that she's a very cheerful and positive person, and I have no doubt that she'll be a very good chair.
Okay, thank you for your comment. I see another hand from Diana. Do you have a positive or negative comment? I will unmute you first.
No, sorry, definitely not a bad comment at all. It was for the positive. I forgot to to lower the hands. Only positive comments from me.
Okay, thank you, Diana. Then all the nominees for chair is over. So I'm going to invite them back. But for the nominees for the regional representative, you may leave the room except John Michael. John Michael.
Adinda, just so you know, I will be leaving. The meeting should just go on without problems. If you have any problem, contact me and I'll get in again as event organizer instead under my own name when I'm called upon.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so please, all the nominees for regional representative, leave the room. Here, please stay. Diana, you are still unmuted. Is there John here? John Michael? So I'm gonna give 1 minute for him. Oh, okay. I see your hand.
Hello? Does this work?
Yes,
Okay.
we can hear you. So now I'm gonna ask John 2 questions. And then after that, 2 questions from the floor. And you have 2 minutes to answer. I'm just gonna go right through the questions. So the first question for John. As regional representative, you will lead your own team, but you will also serve under the MOD. Do you have any experience being in a leadership role and or a team setting? And how will this experience help you as RR, as the regional reps? You have 2 minutes.
Okay. Hello, my name is John Michael. I have been, I think, in a team settings with the organizing committee this SGA, and I think it would be a sufficient and a really needed experience for this position because you will be working with the team in Asia, and being in a leadership position, I think I am capable because not only that in IVSA, I already had like a few experiences with leadership skills, and I think all my skills combined, I think I could be sufficient enough to be an efficient regional representative for Asia.
Okay, you actually still have 1 minute.
Do I need to finish the 2 minutes?
Well, if you want, yeah.
Nah, it's okay. I'm all good.
Okay.
Because I'm
So,
already out of things to say.
Okay, I will move to the next question then. So, what new ideas and initiatives would you bring to the role of regional representative?
Sorry, can you repeat? It was laggy.
What new ideas and initiatives would you bring to the role of regional representative?
Okay. Does the timer start now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can answer.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that question. I think I don't have new ideas yet, but the current ideas that the previous regional representatives have already initiated, like the Asia Symposium, and continuing what they have done would be really a good initiative for the next regional representative, and I would gladly like to do that if I become the regional representative, because not only it would spark the communication in the community in Asia, but it also bonds them together because they would be um, they would be together in this symposium, and I think that would be enough to be um, a good idea for the next regional representative. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the answers. Now I'm giving the floor to the others. You have any questions? Please raise your hand. 2 questions from the floor. Okay, I see a hand from Salsa. Okay, Salsa, you may unmute yourself.
Hi, Adinda. I hope there's no one raising their hands. No? All right. Hi, John. I'm Maulida Salsabila from IVSA Indonesia. I would like to ask you, according to you, what's the biggest responsibility of a regional rep? Thank you.
Okay. I think for me personally, the biggest responsibility of the regional representative of Asia would be keeping in touch with your Asian community and keeping them in the loop of what's the IVSA global, especially in through with IVSA MOD. They would keep you in touch with them and be the gap where the MOD would be dealing with so many people, and obviously they cannot do it alone, so the regional representative would help them do that. And I think that's one of the biggest responsibility of an Asia rep.
Thank you for the answer.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone who would like to give more questions? I see no hands. Then John, you may leave the room. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Now, if you guys have positive or negative comments, please raise your hand so I can meet you. Okay, I see Nina. Nina, can you unmute yourself?
Hi guys. So you can hear me?
Yeah. You have 1 minute.
So a little background. I've been working with JM. We call him JM. In our local MO and our national MO. And as I think it's been like 1 or 2 years where I've seen his progress and I've seen his work ethic, and he's actually a great example for majority of the members in our local MO because he's really great at advice, and also he is quick to show initiative when it's needed, especially with tasks. Even though it's not part of his position, he takes initiative to encourage others to, hey, remember you have this task. Hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. So with those, I think, characteristics, he is actually one of my preferred Asia rep because he has the ability to build relationships. Oh, sorry.
So 1 minute. So that's the positive comment. Thank you, Nina. So anyone have? Oh, okay. I see another hand. Is this a negative comment? If yes,
It is. Are we? Hello. Am I audible?
Yep.
Okay. So, we can give one negative, one positive, or just one positive.
one positive, one negative.
Okay, we can do.
Now we
So,
can the negative, if you have.
okay. So, I am March Verma from IVSA Philippines. And, I have worked with JM for a while, and the only thing that comes to mind in terms of negative is he is new, but not relatively new. But he's always willing to go further than he has done before, and he always keeps busy, which is a good thing, but can also be a bad thing. And I admire him for that. So just something to keep in mind. But actually, I have more positive to say than negative, so I guess that's it. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Marge. So it's done for his session. Now I'm gonna invite another candidate, which is Kushi Jain from IVSA India. I'm calling Kushi, so please wait for another minute. Is Kushi here? Can you please raise your hand? Well, she's not here. Oh, okay. Wait. You're using Diana's account? Okay. Can you please raise your hand again so I can unmute you? Okay. Okay, Kushi. I'm gonna ask you 2 questions, and then the floor will give you 2 questions, if any, and you have 2 minutes to answer. Okay, so the first question, as a regional representative, you will run into committee members feeling demotivated, being busy, or going through personal issues. So how would you handle this? You have 2 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry, you are still muted. Can you unmute yourself? Wait. Can you try unmuting it again? It still doesn't work. Then maybe you can leave the room and join again. No, we can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself. You're still unmuted. You're still muted here. It says you're still muted. So maybe you can try to rejoin the meeting. Okay. Okay, now we are waiting for her. She's back. Okay, Kushi, can you please raise your hand again? Please raise your hand so I can unmute you. I think she's having internet problems because she's rejoining the meeting again. Kushi, can you hear me? Please raise your hand. I see no hands. Okay, now I see it. Thank you. Can you unmute yourself? No. Maybe you can use another device. But I'll call on her phone. Okay, I got a chat from Meryl. Kushi, I'm gonna call you via WhatsApp. Okay, I'm calling you. Calling you. Ah, hello? You still have to join the meeting so we can see your face, but your voice is here. Yes. Okay. Yes, I joined. Just a second. Okay. Okay, she'll come back to the meeting. I'm sorry guys, things like this happens. Yes. No, I don't see Diana's name here. I have raised my hand. Sorry, yeah. Mobile data. There's no hand. I'm sorry. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh wait, yeah, I can see you now. I can see you. Yeah, great. Okay, so Fishy is here. She's with us. I'm just gonna call her. You can hear me clearly, right? I'm gonna spotlight you. Okay, so I'm just going to the questions right now. 2 questions for me. So the first one, as a chair, you will lead your own team, but you will also serve under the committee coordinator. Do you have an experience being in a leadership role and or a team setting? And how will this experience help you as a chair? Okay, you have 2 minutes. Okay, thank you for your question and being so patient with me now. So I have last year I have been in 3 exco committees in my IVSA Mumbai, where I was a treasurer, in IVSA India, where I was the exchange officer, and in SCOVI, where I was the event manager. So in all these 3 areas, I have worked under 3 many different disciplinarians, and I have also been a part of several teams where I have not led, but I have worked under people, and at the same time, I have worked on many different organizations and on many different events where I was the one heading the teams. As in IVSA India, I was the exchange officer, so I had 15 local chapters under me, and I had to work with them every day, and I had monthly meetings with them. I had coordination with them on daily and monthly basis for like more than a year, and as the meetings happen, and as I have worked a lot with them, I have understood how to make a group move forward and how to keep everyone motivated at the same time. In SCOVI also we've had various events on international level. You guys always have supported us in that. And through that, we have worked with people from all around the world, with students, with educators and professors. So I have gained the knowledge and I have understood the level of communication that is required by me on a level of a regional representative to communicate with people from all around the world. And with all these things, okay. Thank you. So 2 minutes is done. Okay, so the next question. What new ideas and initiatives would you bring to the role of regional representative? Can you hear it? Can you repeat? Okay, sorry. What new ideas and initiatives would you bring to the role of regional representative? I think Asia is a region which is not much explored in IVSA, and people, although it is the largest continent that we have, it is not yet known about a lot of things like the cultures. There are various cultures in Asia which are unexplored, and even the veterinary practices are way different than the ones which are seen in the Western world, which we usually study. So I would like to bring out the Asian veterinary practice to the IVSA, and with that, I would also like to highlight the different cultures that we have in Asia. That we have in Asia. And I have seen that many MOs in Asia are not that active, I would say. So I would like to get all the Asian MOs be more active in the global level and make sure that people work and Asia is highlighted like the other MOs. Thank you. Okay, thank you. We have 1 minute left, but it's okay. I'm gonna open the floor. So if anyone have a question for her, please raise your hand. Okay, I see Laura. You can unmute yourself.
Hi. I wanted to ask. Oh wait, did I just for the echo? Oh well, there's a huge echo, but it's okay. I'll try and power through. Kushi, as potential regional rep, you might be faced with disagreements between members, whether it be in your team or between different members of the same MO, different MOs, and you might have to mediate those disagreements. Is that something that you'd be comfortable with? And how do you see yourself managing this sort of situation?
Thank you for this question, Laura. I think being a regional rep comes with mediation. So I think that's in the job profile, mediating between MOs and mediating between the local chapters and the expo, and the other way around as well. So it is important to understand both the sides before coming to the mediation level, and I believe I can do that very well, as I have mediated a lot in the time as an exchange officer in India. So we've had a lot of I would say differences in opinions, and it takes me to understand what each person where each person is coming from, their thought process, and how can we move to a middle ground. Also, that requires a lot of patience. So I think with patience and an open line of communication, we can solve any difference. And also, with that, I would like to say, you as Asia is a very big rep. So with that, obviously the differences come, and it will make us better because we will have more ideas open. Even when the differences come, we will have newer ideas that come to us. So maybe not in the original sense, but we might tweak it and make more stuff happen in Asia.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for the next question from Salsa, Salsa hands appeared first. So I'm going to give the floor to Salsa. Salsa, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, I'm Salsa Bila from IVSA Indonesia. My question would be, in the Asia region, there are also MOs with the problem of financial, so that some of them cannot afford to pay for membership fees. How would you suggest to solve this problem? Thank you.
I did not hear your question properly, Salsa. Could you please repeat?
How would you overcome MOs which cannot afford the membership fee in IVSA so that they won't be inactive?
I think it's about the financial issues that a lot of IVSA MOs have in Asia. Yes. So I think my team and I can work for them to get more grants from the expo. That could be one thing that would help them. The other would be us helping them to reach out to sponsors in their country. So we're sure we have a lot of veterinary sponsors, people who are ready to help them work hard. So helping them organize events, helping them organize fundraisers in which they can ask sponsors, and they can make IVSA profitable for them to work harder, and so that they don't have financial issues, and they can pay the basic fees of IVSA. So yeah, I believe helping them get sponsors and a bit of help from the expo, being a mediator, that in that would help.
Okay.
Thank you for the answer.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Salsa.
Thank you, Kushi. So now we have answered all the questions. You may leave the room.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. may leave the room. Now, comments for her. Is there any positive or negative comments for Kushi? Please raise your hand. Okay, I see a hand. Wait, the hand is gone. I see Diana.
Yeah, the real one now. So I know Kushi from this year from Scovy, but also Kushi is running in IVSA India, and it's the first year of IVSA India. So you must have heard what she said about IVSA India and what she was doing. So I really want to rephrase that IVSA India is 1 year, and this amazing girl just did so much already. So on Scovy, my experience with her, it's that she is really unbelievable. She does the things like really with the perfect dedication. And I think Kushi, it's a really good bet for this place. And everyone that would have her as regional representative would be really lucky, because I feel that way for having her in my team. And I'm sure you will be that way for her with the regional representative of ICO.
Thank you, Diana. Is there anyone has negative comment? Please raise your hand. I see none. Then I'm gonna call the next candidate, Christina. Thank you, Meryl. So bear with me for another minute. We are waiting for Christina. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Yes, Needy. Put her name on my list. I'm really sorry. So it should be Needy Amar from IVSA India. Needy. Please wait for another minute. I'm gonna try to text her. She said she is having internet problems. If Needy is here, can you please raise your hand, but I don't see her name. Well, if she's not coming here, then we can go to Christina and go back to her later. But she's here. So, Needy, if you can hear me, please raise your hand so I can unmute you. Okay. Hi, Needy. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
I'm gonna ask you 2 questions, and then another 2 questions from the floor, and you have 2 minutes to answer. Okay, so the first question, as regional representative, you will run into committee members feeling demotivated, being busy, or going through personal issues. So how would you handle this? You have 2 minutes.
Thank you for asking me that question, Adinda. I know COVID has been really tough on all of us. From my personal experience, I can say that. So if I've got the question right, keeping motivation and keeping members of the MO engaged is could be a bit difficult, but having discussion would be a good deal, I would say. Having meetings, understanding what is the problem that MOs are facing, and accordingly coming up with solutions. And obviously, I'm going to have a team with me who's going to help me with that. And the presidents of the national MOs will also give their insights because they know their region more closely, what problems they are facing. So I would say having communication, proper communication, and being there for them when they need me would be how I would know them better and keep them engaged. And also, I could organize events that are catering to the needs of the MOs. Like in Asia, there are a few topics that could be addressed. So maybe working on that. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Didi, for the awesome answer. So we'll go to the next question. So, what new ideas and initiatives would you bring to the role of regional representative?
Okay, that's an interesting question, actually. There are so many things we could do, but the things that come up in my mind now can be LinkedIn is quite a new idea for Asians. And not a new idea, but not many people know how to set it up. So, collaborating with the Career Attribute Committee and having projects like how to give interviews or how to write essays, how to give applications, then how to set up LinkedIn. Then with Scovey, we could organize webinars, and the topics could come up from people, from the MOs themselves, because they know what they need more than I do, I would say. So they could give me wonderful ideas. I have the alternate medicine that, the symposium that was going to be held this year, that couldn't happen. So I would love to arrange that. If we could do that, that would be amazing. And also for the animal welfare, I think we could carry out surveys and know what issues are those countries facing, and accordingly, have arranging speakers addressing those problems. What are the solutions? Maybe those speakers could help those member organizations. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nidhi. So now I'm opening the floor. Even one of you wants to ask Nidhi, please
cannot hear you.
Raise your hand. No, I'm asking. Lisa. Lisa has a question. Okay, so Lisa, you may.
Yes, it's working. Great. Hi, Nidhi. Hi.
Hello, Lisa.
I think you misunderstood the first question a bit, so maybe I'll ask it again specifically. So as a regional rep, you will have a team working with you, and sometimes members of that team will drop out or will not do as much work anymore because they lose motivation or they have personal problems. How would you as a team leader deal with that?
Okay. Thank you for repeating the question, Lisa. I'm so sorry I couldn't address it before. I can understand it's difficult to keep the motivation. People will drop out, people will leave you, but that doesn't stop my enthusiasm from arranging events. So there are other people who are more motivated, I think, who can help me out with that. And if I continue on keeping that enthusiasm, I'm pretty sure I can influence other people to be a part of my team, even if the Asia rep team, as you're saying, will drop out. So I can have other presidents or EOs or even local members, local MO members who are really enthusiastic and interested in carrying out those activities. So we can include all of them, all of those members who can, give me a helping hand. I hope I answered your question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nidhi and Lisa. Now we have another hand from Ellison. Now you may unmute yourself. and ask Needy.
Hello, can you hear me properly?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, my name is Ellison from Trinidad and Tobago. My question is, so from the EO meeting at this current SGA, we heard that there was some difficulties in terms of communication with some of the regional teams and representatives. How would you go about, I guess, fixing that for your region specifically?
I'm so sorry. Could you repeat the question? It broke in the middle. It was
That's
static.
perfectly fine. Okay, should I go a little bit slower, maybe?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so my question to you is from this SGA's EO meeting. There was an issue in terms of maintaining clear, consistent communication with some of the regional teams. Do you have any plans in mind to keep this level of communication clear and up to date while you are running? Well, in that position, sorry.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I forgot your name. Could you repeat your name?
Ellison.
Okay.
Oh, Ellison?
Thank
Okay.
you, Ellison.
Welcome.
Okay, Ellison, thank you. There was communication gap. I could agree to that, but everybody has a reason for that, I would say. I'm sure the regional representative had his own reasons. For this, we could do is have meetings and a regular self-assessment or assessment ways. Like as regional representatives, I could be in constant checks or in contact with the national MOs and know what problems they are facing, because I wouldn't know the problem until you guys tell me what the problem is, right? So once I know the problem, I can try find out solution with my team. So if there's communication problem, then what sort of communication problem? Is it language, or is it like it was stated in the EO meeting that there was this email list that was not updated. So why was it not updated, right? So having constant checks is important, and communication, I would say, yeah. Being in constant touch with people. I hope I answered your question. Thank you.
Yes, you did. That was a great answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Needy. So you have answered all the questions. So you may leave the room. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Now, do you guys have any positive or negative comments? Please raise your hand. I see a hand from Gaura. Okay, now you may speak. 1 minute, you may speak.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah. As a person from her MO, and I have seen her work very closely. She has established the IVSA when nobody in our college and in our university knew what IVSA was. So I think that she is very further than other people, and she all cares about what other students want and their needs, obviously. So, and she is confident in what she does, and she is helping, and she always tries to help. She tries to know what the problem with other people is and tries to make plans so that other people might join in too. So I think that she's a team worker and a great leader. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. It's almost 1 minute. So
thank you.
Okay, thank you. So another comment, but the negative one. If there is any, please raise your hand. I see no hand. So we'll move to the next candidate then. I'm gonna call Christina. We'll give her 2 minutes. Is Christina here? I don't see her name. I'm going to try to contact her once again, and then if no reply, I will move to our next candidate. She's still not here, so we're gonna skip her, and then we'll get back to her later. I'm gonna call Tessa. She just got here. Okay, sorry. Good. Christina, can you please raise your hand so I can unmute you? Okay, I see her hand. Oh, you can speak. Can you turn on your camera? Okay.
Hello
Hi.
guys, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Okay, thank you, Christina. So I'm just gonna go right into the questions because it's getting late. I will give you 2 questions, and then the floor will give you another 2 questions, if any, and you have 2 minutes to answer. Okay, so the first question, as regional representative, you will lead your own team, but you will also serve under the MOD. Do you have any experience being in a leadership role and teams? And how will this experience help you as regional representative?
Okay, thank you for your question. So first of all, my experience in IVSA started as a general member in 2016. I was the ambassador of SCOVI 2 years ago. I was a secretary and the social media manager of SCOVI. And when I was the social media manager and the secretary of SCOVI, I also was part of IVSA PRC network. So I was working with the team members in SCOVI, and I was also a member of another group. So I have to be in contact with both of them. And currently I'm the event manager of SCOVI. So I believe as for IVSA, I have a lot of experience to work with people from different countries, different time zones, different age. So I think that I am capable enough. Plus, I am currently the organizing committee for IZOHA's events. It's International Students Association on One Health. And also, I was a creator and for another organizations, Global Youth Leaders. And for the past 7 to 10 years, I'm working in a touristic company. So I have to deal with people from, again, internationally, with from other countries. and I'm in more professional field than just being a student in a non-profit organizations. So I think that I'm capable enough for this position.
Thank you so much, Christina, for your answer. So now the next question. What new ideas and initiatives would you bring to the role of regional representative?
Okay, thank you. So as I wrote in my form as well, the thing that makes me very sad, and we talked about that yesterday during the bylaw hour, is that we have many members in IVSA who are not aware and they are not so involved with IVSA Global, and many regional MOs facing difficulties to make them, to motivate them and engage them in any kind of activities, even regionally. So I believe that it will not change much for me, because I have members and even presidents from many IVSA MOs, especially new ones, who are reaching me through the past few years, and they ask me about stuff based on IVSA, and I am trying to explain them how it works, what kind of opportunity they may have. So I think that the key is to motivate them. And what means motivate them? When people know the opportunities and what they can have from any kind of organization, job, or whatever it is, I think that in that way they can motivate themselves and they will want to work with us. So I believe, like when we will have the regional meetings, we can also have more private meetings with any MO who will wants to know more, or just they didn't have time to ask all the questions they wanted. So I think even there will be people who are not so fluent in English and they don't understand. We can have a more private, more small meeting, and I can try to explain more, and we can translate it as well to the rest. One more thing I have added to. Okay. You can read my form. You are muted. Adida, you are muted.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna open the floor. So anyone has questions for her, please raise your hand. Okay, I see Laura. You can speak.
Hi, Christy. So as European regional rep, you're going to be expected to work closely with the president, with our European partners. We work pretty closely with FVE, the EAEVE, and these kind of people, European organizations, and the European regional rep is part of that. Do you feel that you have the experience that you would need to handle these communication with external partners professionally?
Oh, thank you for your question. As I said before, I'm working for the past few years in a touristic company, so I'm always in touch with other touristic companies as well, with suppliers. So many times they're from abroad, and I have to sign contracts with them. For my last year, when I was the secretary of SCOVI, I had to work closely with Dauda, since I was a secretary, and we were looking for partners all the time. So I created a huge list with partners who we can contact, or even sponsors, and we created together some invitations so we can have a partnership with them. Also, currently I'm working for those kind of documents on IZOHA as well, for our events in IZOHA. So I think that I'm pretty much experienced for this part. Did I answer your question?
Absolutely, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Laura and Christina. Anyone? One more question? Is there any? Well, I see none. Oh, okay. I see one. Lisa, you can speak.
I think I can speak. Hi, Christy. So a question I have is that, especially in region in Europe, there are quite a lot of MOs that have been around for a long time, but are struggling with a lot of inactivity at a local level. How do you and your future team intend to address that?
Great, thanks for this question. Yeah, based on that, I really worried about that fact because we saw that we had many times MOs who wanted to be involved, but for many reasons, they ended up like just ghosted us. Let's say that. I think that it's again about what we can offer to them. So I believe that if we will have those kind of meetings where I can truly explain them and make them realize what kind of benefits they can have as individuals, as members in general of IVSA. And let's be honest, in IVSA, in European part of IVSA, there are more opportunities for our members. So I think that explain that to them, it will be more helpful. But of course, there is always a part of financial statement. There is, for example, here in Greece, we don't have any financial support from our universities. So it's very difficult for us to attend any IVSA global event. So as sometimes when we have new MOs in IVSA, they have to attend our GAs live. Of course, this pandemic one day will end. So I believe that in that part, as for myself as a regional rep, I cannot do anything because I cannot help in any way financially any MO. So yeah, this is stuff that I can do. I cannot work on, but still about based on information, I can work and give my time to them anyway. And everyone can reach me anytime. And many people doing that already from not only from Europe, but from other countries as well, from other regions as well. And I believe that as a content reps, if we will work together and we can have even combined meetings, we can explain what kind of stuff we are doing in Europe, what kind of stuff are doing in Asia, in Africa. So yeah, I believe it's about communication and everyone can motivate themselves their own. Lisa, okay?
Thank you, Christina. So you have answered all the questions?
I think there is one more hand or
no.
No.
No. Now you may leave the room. Thank you.
Bye guys.
Bye-bye. Okay, so now for the comments. Anyone who has negative or positive comments, please raise your hands. Waiting before I call Tessa. But if there's none, there's none. Oh, there's one. Lisa. Oh, Lisa. Sorry. No, you can.
Yeah, I was probably still on. Yeah, in case no one else has. Maybe it's more of a neutral comment, but I think it's important to know for people for the elections. Chrissy has been around in IVSA a long time, and she has run for very many different positions over time. So Chrissy has quite some experience running for things, but has never been elected for them. So that is something to keep in mind.
Okay, thank you so much for your comment, Lisa. So I see no other hands. I'm gonna call Tessa. Thank you, Lisa. Yay, Tessa is here. Hi, Tessa. Let me spotlight you. And you can unmute yourself.
Yes, thanks.
Tessa from IVSA, the Netherlands. I will give you 2 questions and then another 2 questions from the floor, if there's any. So I'm just gonna go to the first question now. You have 2 minutes to answer. So the first question, as regional representative, you will run into committee members feeling demotivated, being busy, or going through personal issues. And how would you handle this problem?
Thank you for the question. Yes, it's a very relevant question, and I think to tackle this, it's important to be prepared for things like this to happen. So we need to have an open communication with us as a group, and to motivate that, I would also like to do some team building activities at the beginning of the year, so that we get to know each other, and also that everybody in the team feels like the regional team is a safe place to share stuff. Like before something, if someone might be getting a bit ill or might not have that much of time, then I would love for them to tell me before they might forget to attend the meeting or might not have the time to do anything. So I hope to prevent of those problems to become something. And I also think it's very important for me to regular check up on them. Like not everybody might tell it might go to me to tell it, so I should also go to them just to check up on small things. And another thing I would really like to do, I've also done this in earlier committees I've been the chair of, is at the beginning or at the end of every meeting, we have just a short moment for everybody to talk about how is your life going. Like, are you busy in school? Are you having problems at home? Did you do something fun and go swimming yesterday? Just the small things that you keep in touch with your team, and also that they know they can talk to you about personal things if they want to. So I think that's it, or do I have a lot of time left?
You have 30 seconds left, but it's okay. So I just go to the next question.
Okay.
The next question is, as regional representative, you will lead your own team, but you will also serve under the MOD. Do you have any experience being in a leadership role and or a team setting? And how will this experience help you as regional representative?
Yes, I have earlier experience being the leader of a team. I've been on the board of a local study association in which I was the treasurer, but I was also the head of a committee through that association. And we organized a lot of activities regarding animal welfare in my case. So yes, I have that experience, and next to that, have also been part of the Dutch MO for the past 2 years. And last year I was the senior exchange officer, and with our team we did several activities also with other MOs together. And in that I was also the one initiating the contact and the activities. And furthermore, I've been active in the OOC of, well, the Congress that is happening online and not in Utrecht, sadly, but I was the vice president of that OOC, and we had a lot of people who were not that used to, who didn't know IVSA at all. So I've helped them in getting to know IVSA a bit. So also IVSA regarded, I have this experience, and I will use this, like I just mentioned, with the meetings, like how do I set up a meeting and how do I lead a meeting? And also, I think it helped me with my people skills, with how to communicate with all different kinds of people, because especially this team, I will have people from all over Europe and not just from the Netherlands. So that might sometimes be a bit different. But I think with just keeping open communication and being respectful to each other, that this should work out. Were you going to say something? I'm not sure about the time. Okay. And yes, so I think I do have this experience, and I'm also really open to learning things, and I hope that people will also provide me feedback if they think I should do things different, and if they, I'm also good with receiving and giving feedback, and in this case, receiving feedback as the regional rep from my team. Yes.
Thank you, Tessa, for your answers. It's amazing. Now I'm opening the floor for another 2 questions. I see a hand, but it's gone. So if there's anyone who would like to give Tessa a question, okay, Laura, you can and meet yourself.
Hello, Tessa.
Hi.
So as regional rep, you might be confronted with a situation where you will have to be the mediator in a disagreement between different members of an MO or different MOs for a problem that doesn't necessarily need to escalate all the way to EXCO. How do you feel that you would handle this sort of situation in practice?
Thank you for the question, Laura. I think that the basis of handling such a problem would be communication and respect. It's important to listen to both parties of the disagreement, and I think it's best to first individually meet up with them and get their side of the story, because sometimes it can be as simple as a small misunderstanding, because yeah, we're all from different cultures and most of countries in Europe do not have English as their native language. So also there can be a language barrier. And after hearing both sides of the story, I would then either, if it's just a small disagreement or miscommunication, I would try to solve it myself and get both parties of the disagreement in a meeting together and help mediate that. Whatever was wrong. I do think that, however, if it's either one of the parties is someone I'm close to, either be it someone from the Dutch MO or someone I know personally, then I would prefer someone from the regional team or the MOD to take over, because I think it's very important to be subjective with disagreements, and that might not always be possible if I know that person well. And next to this, I also think that if it's a bigger disagreement with someone, well, showing disrespectful or just unacceptable behavior to someone, then I would prefer to have either another member from the regional team or the MOD present there, because some things you can better solve together, and also to make sure that it's well recorded and you don't make more problems than you were trying to solve. And yeah, just be very respectful to both parties and try to keep an open communication. I hope I answered your question.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you, Laura and Tessa. Now we have a question. We have a hand from Luren. Luren, you may unmute yourself.
Hello, this is Lorraine from Panther from IVSA Zurich, Switzerland. Tessa, I have a question for you regarding how would you also connect the different MOs within the European regions? Do you have any ideas or experience of projects you would like to launch to improve the collaboration between MOs?
Thank you for the question. Yes, I think it's very important, because I do think sometimes we lack a bit of communication between the different European countries. And while we do already have the platform of Facebook, where we have the all EOs and presidents from the different countries in the same Facebook group, I think we could use that a bit more, because from my experience being in the MO, we didn't really know the other MOs, despite we could look it up, but a lot of people just want to receive that information a bit more easily. So I hope to initiate that every MO introduces themselves on that Facebook group, and also that it will be sent to all the MO email addresses. And it doesn't have to be a very big introduction, but just that everybody knows who is the president and who is on the MO of every country. Because despite, I think we can all look it up somewhere, but that is something you need to think about looking it up, and not all members in the MO know where to find that kind of information. So I would hope to start a somewhat bigger introduction at the beginning of the year, so that everybody gets to know each other a bit easier, and they know who to contact when they're having trouble either finding a good internship somewhere or all those kinds of things. And next to that, I would hope to keep the Facebook group for the European team active, so that everybody also goes to that spot to find the other members they might be looking for, or just find something they did not know they were looking for.
Okay, I think it's enough for Lauren.
Sure, thank you very much, Tessa.
Thank you, Lauren, for the question. Thank you, Tessa. Now you have answered all the questions. You may leave, but I will call you again soon, because you are the last candidate. So
okay.
Yeah,
and I'll see you in a minute again. Bye.
Bye. So now anyone who has comments, please raise your hand. 1 minute for the comments. One positive and one negative. Okay, I see a hand from Larissa. You may speak.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
So my name is Larissa. I'm from IVSA São Paulo, Brazil. This is my first time at the OOC, and I worked with Tessa in the activities team, and she was very friendly, very good with the deadlines, and helped me a lot with the communication because English is not my first language, so sometimes I had a little bit of trouble understanding, and she always helped me. So I guess she's a very good choice for this charge. Thank you.
Thank you, Larissa. So, one negative comment. If I see none, then I'm gonna call all the nominees back. Yeah, I see no hands. Okay. I called everyone. Okay. Okay, so while waiting for everyone, finally our session is done. The nominee hour for chairs and regional representatives. It was so long and tiring for me, but it's fun. And thank you. And before I stop the recording and finish our session, I would like to remind everyone to look through the delegates drive at all nominee documents, and you can see their speeches and nominee forms, also the bylaw, and please do it before Sunday. Before Sunday? It's Sunday. Maybe before the next, yeah. And you can find the nominee hour recording there also, because I'm recording it. You can rewatch it. Yeah, next Sunday. Thank you, Meryl. I will stop recording.